rings. All right, this will be a short one. Okay, so Zeta Gray, Cosmic Rewind. I guess that's from Guardians of the Galaxy. I have no idea what they have to say. Yeah, it's getting harder generating their artwork. It's they keep changing it. So, and also reincarnation cycle energies, whatever needs to be said there. Uh, Sometimes, not always, for those that feel like they're not going to come back here, a lot of them are probably going to come back here because they're. Well, when you leave here, it's when you see what you've gotten out of it. It depends. Everyone's different, but of course, everybody's different. So, yeah, I guess this world gives you clarity. Of course, it also just this world evolving is I wouldn't put your hopes up too much on. I know they talk about the new Earth and everything, but we haven't seen a whole lot of that. I'm not sure when they're expecting the results, like when you're on your deathbed or something like that, or is it a couple of years? I've already heard somebody talk about it's going to be a couple of years, and that was a couple of years ago. So, yeah. So, well, that's one of those individuals that are chasing one of those spiritual, the male models that have been at the gym every 5 minutes. So, I guess it just depends on your looks. You just look like a model and say whatever you want, and people just run towards it. I guess that's how it works here. Anyway, yeah, aren't we supposed to get our superpowers with the what do you call it? The I can't even think of it. Solar flare. How's that going? Anyway, still, you can still be wrong about that, and still people would just chase that individual. So whatever works for you. Anyway, as I'm trying to comment, private sessions. Schedule here. I got a shop. Yeah, it's hard to cure delusional thinking. You have to do it yourself there on that front. So, of course, there's different versions of positivity. There's delusional positivity. Of course, I don't want to hear that, but it's true. It's alive and well here. I can give examples, but I'd rather not do that. So, yeah, it's a tricky place we got here. A lot of demonic beings tell everyone how positive they are, and yeah, yeah, and some of them are spirit guides. So anyway, all right, we're going to Zeta gray energy, and then going to reincarnation cycle, wherever that has to, whatever that has to say. So all right, blessings for you. Greens with Zetas. Yes, we are still connected to Area 51. This doesn't mean you have to go into a whole lot of detail of that. There are, yes, several secret programs here without us going into the details of it, but maybe not what it's not exactly what it's not always being tapped into accurately for various different reasons. I mean, it's called secret for a reason, so it's not going to be as clear as you like it to be. As some feel like, yeah, they're getting different versions of it, but not necessarily the version that's joy there. There's there's a lot of awakening going on. You could say a lot of soul healing. From some are just you say plugged into other matrices of other realities, obsessed with them, and not able to let it go. And yes, some are connected to different alien religions and other dimensions, and not be able to let it go. Even some military, even your current military is technically a religion in some ways. It's you see their belief systems. There is it is done on a religious frequency there, and it can be very passionate, especially when you're giving your life for whatever reason, for the cause. And yeah, so if you so those that are dying and that die in these secret space programs and other realities, they're not always realize that they're one of the reasons they're obsessed with it or can't let it go because it's religious connections to it. Yeah, I'm not quite healed that yet. Well, you're giving your life for the effort, and you're not always seeing it as a religious connection, but there is one. There always is, especially on this planet, to control the population. I mean, yes, as you can see, those of you that are becoming more, what do you call it, more independent with your spiritual development, which is good. But you're also guarding yourself, protecting yourself, using your powers wisely for the most part. But most are not here to do that. They don't know what they're doing. So there's a cap on many. Why certain individuals can't access their abilities because they're not because a lot of them are not going to use it properly. And those of you that are showing like going about it slowly, developing your abilities, because you can easily weaponize it, and so you can get karma with that too. So those of you that are developing your abilities are, for the most part, using it wisely, which is good. You're not using, someone burns you, you're not saying negative energy, you're attacking them mentally or causing some kind of weather anomaly, whatever it is. And yeah, it's on a small scale, but it can still have quite an effect. It can have quite the punch. So in there, yes, there is witchcraft here. There's different wizard frequencies that are going on. And yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, some individuals, some of them have been, yes, hurt in past lives and not ready to quite, like many incarnate here bitter, and they're not ready to let that bitterness go. Like if you're here to help others evolve and they don't want to evolve, like they'll fight you, attack you mentally, whatever it is. Yeah, because they're like vendettas. Some do. Some of you might run into that situation. You wonder why certain individuals that might have a potential, they might not be spiritually that evolved, but you see the potential of it, and they're kind of capping themselves or self-sabotaging and so on. Some of you might have parents that are like that. That are just, you see like there's a wall there, but they can evolve, but are like married to their darkness, you can say. So, yeah, and they have to hold on to that for however long, lifetime to lifetime. And that's why they incarnate here too, because like if you have bitterness, you go back to the world where that bitterness is, such as this place. And this world does welcome it because eventually it will clear itself out. Yeah, you wonder why a world like this would be welcoming to that. Well, it's also it's healing pain. This world is like a pain reliever, but some of you are kind of like the cure. But or bring your cures here, and you get fought back. Yeah, you get attacked, and it's like you're here to assist, and then you get seen as the villain actually when you aren't, but you might be seen as that. There's different ways. It gets complicated here. And yes, it is good to pull back when that situation occurs. When you're seen as something that you're not, it's definitely the right thing to do because because when they identify you like that, they can really just, cause you more trouble than it's worth. Like you have good intentions to assist anyone, like you're being directed towards anyone, friends, family, whatever it is, and then they start attacking you, and it's like there's no reason for it. Not that it's an obsessive connection, just assisting, but so it's complicated there to some level. It's like the doctor has to leave the patient, basically. It's like, okay, you have to step back. So spiritual, no type of healing is ever easy in any world like this. Some of you are like spiritual medics. You might not even be aware of it. Some are not, have no idea. Like you're just going about, maybe going a spiritual path to some level, but not really. Like one or two words is enough. Like you're here just to say a couple words to certain individuals, whoever they are, and that's it. It might be friends of yours, and just like one or two. Yeah, it's because sometimes when you go deep into your spiritual development, it scares people away. So just kind of keep it in stealth mode. Once it's like giving the patient medicine, basically. Something to think about. Like, things some of you see, like sometimes a patient doesn't want to take their and so you're there to find a way of doing it. Just looking as common as you can, even with vices like smoking or drinking, whatever it is, just so you can get closer to these people, just so you can, you know, bring some assistance there. So, greets you with the Mother Earth consciousness about reincarnation cycles. Well, some do, yeah, see incarnate is like a plague. It is, it's schooling. There's different. The reincarnation has, it's different for everyone. It's even just the word itself even it just has a different definition. Some of it incarnate, yeah, through assistance of humanity, yes, service to others, no matter the cost, no matter. Uh, Hopefully, it's not to death, but it can be. But usually, it's not that bad. But of course, up to the individual with that. But others feel like they're a service to others, but they really are here to service themselves. Like they're focused on everybody but themselves. But in their heart and their mind, they are here for everyone. But man, when they have to connect to themselves, it's like the last thing they want to do. So there's that. And so it shows some of the complications here. So those that are here to serve others, a lot of them don't even want to do it. But they're, I wouldn't call it forced, but they're aligned to do it no matter what, even those that are completely difficult. To deal with those are very difficult. You're extremely difficult. Well, you're also designed to handle that too. So it's almost like dealing with a nuclear weapon. Yes, an individual can be that bad. Yes, an individual can be like a nuclear weapon, and you go in there, or like a tiger or something like that. Somewhere, because animals can be pretty intense at the same time. And so, but the human nuclear weapon is pretty terrible, or complicated, whatever word you want to use. So, and some of you wonder why you signed up for it. Well, sometimes it's karmically, and also sometimes you're just the one for the job. And this could be somebody you're involved with school, even schools, even being bullied by certain individuals in school. A lot of times you're just there for them to bring it out of themselves and go through that process with them, as miserable as that might be. So, some of those, some of the adolescents in school fights, some of that is just they've been fighting for years, throughout lifetime to lifetime. Those that are getting like violent on each other. Some of you might pick up on some of that. They just can't. Some just cannot make peace with themselves, like ever. But why do they keep running into each other? They like to fight. Yes. And where else can they do that? A world like this. This world is kind of like the school gym or locker room. Whereas, I mean, it's tolerated for a while, but yeah, it's getting out of your system. There's only so much you can get out of your system here. There's only so much humanity wants to put up with. As for your political frequencies, just realize there's a karmic energy of just there's some Anunnaki there. It's just the political frequencies, just like humanity is fractured from the past. It when it lost itself, it lost its counsel, it lost its direction, and now you have this freeloading political corruption here that's driving the car off a cliff. But it's a chaotic frequency because that's the frequency of humanity's energy too. Humanity has not quite healed that the tail end of itself, you can say, for it to get realigned with itself, basically. It doesn't mean you have to be a boring planet when you finally clear all this chaos. Actually, probably would be more interesting in the long run, but right now the world is out of control because humanity is out of control because it lost control in the past. That's kind of the point. It's kind of like a wizard without a tail. The tail is cut off and now it's running around like it's crazy. Not every, but while you incarnate here to experience this, it's a wild ride, as you can see. It might not be as exciting. Some of you just stay out of all the chaos because some of people here are obsessed with it. They're obsessed with music. They're obsessed with chaos. Some of the music has lost its charm. They don't care as long as the chaos frequency is there. That's all they care about. Yeah, it's not. Yes, spirituality can be seen as entertainment, but also this planet is entertainment. So I'm incarnate here just to be entertained. Yeah. Yes, there's no changing channels as of yet, not yet. How do you heal something like this? Well, you bring it out. Eventually, those are, yeah. Because some do like to watch chaos here. It's all different classes of people. It's wealthy, poor. It doesn't really matter. The idea of poor is not exactly the right definition either. It's just it's like you're truly going into yourself, like truly self challenge is just self love's connected to it. Also, so many factors like you're truly going within, and wealth can also be fireworks. It can also be building too, but it's you given that to do whatever you want with it, basically. And they'll have this indulge. Well, some can't handle it; they just ruin themselves. But they're allowed to do that because they have to kind of fall down and realize maybe that's not the direction I need to go in. Because yeah, just hear somebody talk about winning the lottery and all of that, but they don't realize how destructive that can be. Just because some are just not designed properly. They're just the common sense is not there as it could be. Of course, sometimes you have to go through that. Yeah, to have a wake up call. Be thankful for what you have. That is the thing. It's like they're thankful for things they don't have. But the idea is be thankful for what you do have, and it can bring on more abundance just with that. Yeah, and sometimes it might be on some have to live on the edge, like they need to be on their last dollar to bring in abundance. It might not be a lot, but it's enough to get them by. So it's just not always going to be clear here how this works. It's not supposed to be. You just trust yourself, trust the reality. It's hard to trust the spirit realms because yes, it has a lot of issues. Some of you feel that, but you can trust yourself that you will get through it. It's you don't have to trust your guides. I mean, it's good to make some peace there. You trust the entities around you for your highest good. It's always good to put out the energy for your highest good and to clear your frequency, though. So,